As a result of their growing young star and likely future star Ja Morant, the Memphis Grizzlies were one of the most exciting teams in the NBA during the previous season. This was mostly due to the fact that they were one of the best teams in the league. The fact that this was Ja Morant's first ever All-Star team and that he followed it up in the playoffs with some of the better performances of the postseason shows that he's made the significant strides towards playing at an All-Star level. Now that we're in the 2022-2023 season, the Memphis Grizzlies team is acting as though the loss of Jaren Jackson Jr. means that they're going to be fighting for a play-in berth, despite the fact that they're not even going to be able to compete. Yes, but we completely disagree with you on this issue, since this team has shown that they can still win games despite the absence of Ja Morant for a significant period of the season last year. If you don't feel that they will be able to compete at the same level even without Jaren Jackson Jr., then we believe that you're drastically discounting this team's possibilities. When he comes back, he will be able to boost the general performance of the squad and contribute to the direction the rest of the season takes. Therefore, the answer is yes. Let's shift our attention now to the big guy in command of the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant, who serves as the primary focal point of this club. As can be seen, Ja Morant was the best player on the team the year before, and he showed great growth and the potential to become a superstar the next year. Ja Morant had a breakthrough season the year before that, during which he scored 27.7 points per game, while also shooting 49% from the field and almost 58% from the three-point range. In addition, he shot nearly 58% from the field. It shouldn't come as much of a surprise to anyone that Ja Morant was taken with the second overall pick, since he was one of the most skilled offensive players in the league. In fact, it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody at all. Not only did he perform well in his first year as a professional, but he also showed a great deal of potential in his play. In his first season, he was named Rookie of the Year. In his second season, he averaged 30 points a game. In his third season, he faced up against the Utah Jazz in the first round of the playoffs and scored 30 points on average in those games. We were all so surprised to see how dominating he was as a scorer in the paint that we couldn't help be stunned. And when he finally stopped, he had scored more points than anybody else combined in the paint. You could go straight up in the ideal position as a defender and he'll still find a way to score the layup on you. If it's not a layup, he can go up and bang it. This is because he's so skillful at the rim that he can twist and turn his body. It didn't really matter if he had two players on him, because he would find a way to go past them off the ball movement because he had such a fantastic first step and he's so extremely quick. When everything is said and done in his career, barring any injuries, I honestly feel that he'll be able to replace Russell Westbrook, or if you believe it's Derrick Rose, he will be able to replace him as the best athletic point guard of all time. I believe this to be the case because he's so skilled at going to the basket and putting pressure on the defense when he does so. The other players on the floor have a lot more opportunities for offense as a result. Guys like Desmond Bane should be able to continue chowing down on an average of 20 points each game thanks to the Morant gravity in this season, since that's what we anticipate they'll do. Dylan Brooks, when he's having his hot nights, is going to definitely feed off of it as well. Whether he's cutting to the rim or spotting up on the perimeter, the same thing applies to Brandon Clarks and Steven Adams, though they're not spot-up shooters. Whether it's catching lobs or being the dunker, they're going to benefit from Ja Morant because teams are going to leave them open for a layup opportunity just to stop Morant and get two guys on him. Ja Morant has already demonstrated that he's capable of winning NBA 2022-2023 MVP award or even leading the Grizzlies to the championship, where they have a chance to win a title. He did this by scoring 22 points per game, dishing out 7 assists in a victory over the Magic in a preseason game that ended with a score of 109-97. Now, when the new season got off, Ja Morant simply rocketed right up, putting up 49 points and 8 assists in a game versus Houston. That's very astounding to see. But what will make this moment even more fantastic is if you first subscribe to BallFlix and then hit the like button before disabling notification bell, you can watch more of our videos. As you can see, Ja Morant has continued to demonstrate his worth on a game-by-game basis, even though we're just week 2 of the season. By scoring 34 points and dishing out 9 assists, he makes the Memphis Grizzlies the victorious team in their matchup against the New York Knicks and almost single-handedly ensured that the Grizzlies win the game. This guy is truly going wild because Ja Morant scored 38 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, and dished out 7 assists all by himself. And yes, the Brooklyn Nets ate it up. Undoubtedly, this is what Morant is bringing to the table this season. And if he's going to maintain this performance, the MVP award is certainly going to be Ja Morant's to claim.